Welcome to TOneAcademy. In our last session, we started discussing about the ratio and proportions. We have seen all the basics regarding the ratio and proportions. So, now in this session, we will see the problems from the concept. Okay. Now, we will see. See here, if 40% of a number is equal to 2/3 of another number, what is the ratio of the first number to the second number? Okay, what they are telling is 40% of a number. That means assume it as A. 40% of A is equal to 2/3 of B. That is the relation they given for us. 40% of A is equal to 2/3 of B. 40% means what I can write? 2/5, right? If you know it, good. If not also, no need to worry. Generally write 40%. If you want to write in terms of fraction, what you will do? Into A, that is equal to 2/3 into B. So now what happens this one? 2/5. And next 2 will get cancelled here. So I will send B to this side and 5 to this side. So what happens to this? A by B will become what for me here? 5/3. A by B becomes what for me here? 5/3. So A by B is equal to 5:3. A is to B is equal to 5:3. First number is to second number. Okay, next one. Rupees 15,500 divided into 3 parts proportional to 1/2 1/3 1/5 or respectively. I need to divide in what ratio? 1/2 1/3 1/5 here. Already we discussed. Whenever we have in the form of P by Q, what we will do? We will take the LCM of denominators and multiply with the ratio. So what is LCM of 2, 3 and 5 we have here? All the 3 are prime numbers, so their product will become the LCM. So here the LCM becomes 2 3s are 6, 6 5s are 30. Why? Because all the 3 numbers are prime numbers here. So I will multiply 30 to this all numbers. So 1/2 into 30 is to 1/3 into 30 is to 1/5 into 30. So what happens to me now? It becomes 15 is to 10 is to 6. So 15 is to 10 is to 6. Now what they are asking us is divided. What are the 3 parts? What are the 3 parts? So when it comes to first part, what it becomes? Or else total number of parts is how many? You can do like that also. Total number of parts are how many here? 21, right? Sorry, not 21, 31. 31 parts is equal to what here? 15500. 31 parts is equal to 15500. So one part becomes what for me here? So one part becomes what? 31 parts is equal to 15500. One part will become 15500 by 31. So 31 ones, 31 5s is 155 and 0. So one part value becomes what for me here? 500. One part is 500. So 15 parts means 15 into 5, 7500. Next 10 parts means 10 into 5, 5000. Next 6 into 5, 3000. 6 into 5, 3000. Right? So 7500, 5000 and 3000. So option A is correct for me here. Option A is correct one for me. Or else, sir, we don't know these parts and all these things, means go with the traditional one. 15 parts out of total how many parts? 31 into 15,500. So like this also you will get the same answer. By solving all the values, you will get the same answer, 7500, 5000 and 3000. But go with this one, 31 parts and 1 part. This is very simple for us. Next one. The ratio of expense and savings of a person are 26:3. If your monthly income is some 14,500, what is the monthly savings? Now see here, what is the relation between income, expenses and savings? Income is equal to expenditure plus savings, right? Expenditure plus savings. Income is equal to expenditure plus savings, right? So that means what happens to my income here? In the question, the expense and savings are in what ratio? Expenditure is 26 parts and savings is 3 parts. 26:3 means 3 parts. Now tell me what will be his income? What will be his income? 29 parts. His income becomes what? 29 parts. His income becomes 29 parts. So according to the question, his monthly income is what? 14,500. That means 29 parts is equal to 14,500. 29 parts is equal to 14,500. His monthly savings. Monthly savings are how many parts? 3 parts. 3 parts is equal to how much? 3 parts is equal to how much? Cross multiplied, consider this as x or something and cross multiplied, or else if you are really good you can cancel it here directly. 29 ones to 29 500s. So similarly here also multiply with 500. So what happens to his savings? His savings here becomes 1500. So the answer is 1500, or else take it as x and simply cross multiply it, you will get the same answer. Next one. The monthly income of A and B is 6,000 and 8,000 respectively. If their expenses are 70% and 80% respectively, find the ratio of savings of both. See here students, what happens to their income? Income are 6,000 and 8,000 are their incomes. Okay, if their expenses are 70% and 80%, but they are asking us the savings. If 70% is expenses, what about his savings? His savings will be 30% of this one, right? And similarly, if 80% is his expenses, what will be his savings? 20% of this one. Please be careful. Here they given us the expenses ratio and they are asking us to find the relation between the savings. They given us the relation for expenses, but they are asking us the savings. So what is 30% of 600? 10% is 600. 30% will become what? 1800. Right? Next, what is 10% here? 800. 20% means what it becomes? 1600. Now the ratio between these two things. What will happen here? Two zeros get cancels. Here it is 9 and here it is 8. So the ratio between them becomes what for me here? 9:8. So the ratio of their savings is 9:8. 9:8. Okay. Next one. A money is divided into A, B and C in the ratio 3:5:7. If C's share is 1600 more than A's share, then B's share is. Now see here, A, B and C are in what ratio? 3:5:7 for us here. A, B and C are in the ratio of 3:5:7. That means 3 parts, 5 parts and 7 parts. See students, difference in ratios will be equal to difference in their values. Okay, why? Because how we will write these ratios? Based on the values only, right? Based on values only we are going to write this ratio. So difference in ratios will be equal to difference in their values. So now tell me, C's share is 1600 more than that of A's share, right? C's share is 1600 more than that of A's share. Now tell me, what is the difference between C's portion and A's portion here? The difference between C and A is 4 parts. Am I correct? 4 parts. This is 3 parts and this is 7 parts, means the difference between A and C is here 4 parts, which is equal to 1600 according to the given question. Which is equal to 1600 according to the given question. And now they are asking us, what is B's share? What is B's share? You can find 1 part and you can apply, or directly also you can. B's share is how many parts here? 5 parts. So 5 parts will become what for me here? I don't know. Let us assume it as some x or something. If you are really good, please observe this one. 4 into 400 is what? 1600. Similarly, 5 into 400 becomes what for me here? 2000. So B's share will become what for me here? 2000. 2000. If you observe it, well and good. If not, take this as x and cross multiply it. Anyway, you will get the same answer. And find the value of x. You will get the same answer. Okay. Next one. Okay, joining of ratios. Already in our first video, we have seen how to join the ratios. No need to think much about that one. We will see next. A sum of money is distributed among A, B and C such that B gets 12.5 more than A but 25% more than C. If A and C is 1500, the difference of A and C is. Now see here students. Here they given us the relations. We will take the help of joining of ratios. Sir, how we can apply the joining of ratios concept to this one means, please observe here. They given us the relations here. B gets 12.5 more than A, right? B gets 12.5 more than 8. So that means, please observe here, 12.5% is equal to what? 1 by 8. 12.5% is equal to what? 1 by 8. While discussing the profit and loss and percentage, we came across these type of things. Now tell me, what is the relation between A and B from this? 12.5 is 1 by 8, right? So B gets 12.5 more than. More than means, now see here, if I take A value as 8, what happens to my B value? What happens to my B value? Can I write it as 9? Am I correct or not? Which we are done in our profit and loss and percentage, we came across these type of things. I will give you the explanation for this. B gets 12.5 more than, right? That means B is equal to A plus 12.5% of A. Am I correct? B is equal to A plus 12. So A plus, what is 12.5 percentage? 1 by 8 of A. Yes, we all know it very well. Now next, what happens to this? 9A by 8, that is equal to B. B is equal to 9A by 8. Okay, good. Now what happens to A by B? I will send B to this side and this 9 by 8 to that side, will become what? 8 by 9. So that means the relation between A and B is what? 8:9. The same thing I have written here. We applied that concept, our percentage concept. Please try to recollect. If one value is greater than the other one by 12.5 percentage increases, where we use the same concept. So here 12.5 is 1 by 8. So that means A and B relation, what I can write? A is 8 parts and B is 9 parts. If you want the explanation, the reason behind that is, this is the reason. If you are able to identify this, well and good. If not, go with the basics and write the relation between A and B. And next, but see, 25% more than D, about whom they are telling the same B. B gets 12.5% more than A, but 25% more than C. That means 25% means what I can write? 1 by 4. Now tell me, what is the relation between B and C? If C is some 4 parts, B will become how many parts? 5 parts. Am I correct? If B is some 4 parts, C is some 4 parts, B will become 5 parts. Why? Because B is 25% more than C. 25% means what I can write? 1 by 4. So if C is 4 parts, B becomes 5 parts. Similarly, how we have done here, the same thing. Now please observe here, A, B and C. A is to B is what? 8:9. Okay, good. B is to C is what? 5:4. That is also fine. Now please observe, I will write 9 here and I will write 5 here. Joining of ratios. In our first video, we discussed about this. So 8 5s are 40, 9 5s are 45, 9 4s are 36. So they should be divided in what ratio? 40:45:36. Okay, good. Now the question is, if A and C is rupees 1500, the difference of A and C is? Okay. The sum of A and C is given as 5700. Sum of A and C. If A and C gets 1500, means A and C sum is 5700. They are asking us what is the difference of A and C. What is the sum of A and C in this according to this one? 76 parts, right? 76 parts is equal to 5700. And the difference of A and C is how many parts? 4 parts. 4 parts is equal to what? 4 parts is equal to what? That is the question which we have. If A and C is 5700, okay, we will see. So 4 table, when you will get 19 times is this one, right? Or else 76 divided by 19 is 4. Similarly, try to divide this with 19. What you will get? 5700 by 19 means you will get here 300. Or else take x and try to calculate it. Anyway, both the things are same. Okay, see here students, 76 to 4 means divided by 4, 19, right? 76 divided by 19 is 4. Similarly, 5700 divided by 19 becomes 300. If you identify that, okay, else consider it as x and try to get. Why? Because they given us the sum of A and C, that is 5700, and they are asking us the difference between A and C. Understood? So you should understand this relation. If you were once able to understand this one, this concept 1 by 8 and 1 by 4, while discussing the percentage, we came across this one, students. If you don't have the idea, then go with the basic procedure. I have told you, right, B gets 12.5%. So similarly, B is equal to what they are selling? B is getting 25% more than C. So C plus 25% of C. So what happens to this? C plus 25% means what? 1 by 4 of C. So the B value becomes what for me here? 5 by 4 of C. Now B by C becomes what? 5 by 4. Same thing, right? B and C, 5:4. So everything, percentage, ratio and proportions, all these are interlinked with each other. Okay, this is the case. Next one. A sum of money is distributed among A, B and C such that B gets 10% less than A. Now the same concept. See here, B is getting 10% less, right? So 10% means what? 1 by 10. In earlier case it is greater, so I have added. Now A and B relation, what I will get? If A is 10 parts, B will be how many parts? 9 parts. Why? Because B is getting 10% less than A. If it is more than, like our previous case, see here, in the previous case it is more than, so I have written 8 for A and 9 for B. Here it is less, so I will take it as A as 10 and B as 9. Next, but 20% less than C. Okay, the same B is getting 20% less than C. 20% means what? 1 by 5. 20% is what? 1 by 5. That means B and C. If C is some 5 parts, now B value will become how much? 4 parts. Why? Because lesser. If it is more means I would have written B as 6. But here it is lesser, so I have written it as 4 parts. So A, B has 10 and 9, B and C has 4 and 5. See, please go and watch the percentage, then you will have a clear idea why I am writing 10 and 9 and 4 and 5. From that one, next, D gets 33 1 by 3. See, this is 33 1 by 3% more than C. D gets 33 1 by 3% more than C means 33 1 by 3%. What it is equal to? 1 by 3. That means, what is the relation between D and C? What is the relation between D and C? If C is some 3 parts, D will become how many parts? 4 parts. Why? Because more. So now we have all the 3 ratios. A is to B I have, B is to C I have, D is to C. Now I will try to join the ratios. Please observe here carefully. A, B, C and D. A, B, C and D. A is to B, what it is? 10 and 9. B is to C, what it is? 4 and 5. And please observe carefully, here I have written D is to C, but we want what? C is to D. C is to D is what? 3 is to 4. C is to D is equal to what? 3 is to 4. Now join the ratios. Here I have empty space, I will write 9. The same 9 will go here. Here I have empty space, I will write 5 here. Here I have empty space, I will write here 4. Here I have 3 and the same 3 will come here. As I have already told you, if you have anything common in these sections, try to cancel them here itself. Don't waste your time while cancelling some other times. So 3, 3, 3, here 3. It will get cancelled. Do we have any other choice? We don't have any other choice. We cannot further cancel the things here. Okay, so 10 fours are is what? 40. 9 fours are is 36. 9 fives are is 45. So 15 threes are, 5 threes are 15, 15 fours are 60. 15 fours are 60. So this is the final answer I have. Now, then find D is what percentage more than A? D is what percentage more than A? D is how many parts here? D is getting 60 parts and A is how many parts here? 40 parts. A is 40 parts and D is 60 parts. Now, D is getting how much more than A? D is getting 20 more than A. So, 20 is what percentage of 40? 20 by 40 into 100. Very clearly we can say it is equal to 50%. Okay, so D is 50% more than A. D is 50% more than A. So, if you know the relation between the percentage and these ratios and fractions, it becomes easy. Else it becomes a complicated question for us. Okay, understood? So, directly I have written the relations with the help of percentage concept, that initial and final values we have, right? So, next one. See here, a person distributes rupees 3,000 to his daughter, wife and son in such a way that half part of daughter is 1 by 4th of his wife and 1 by 5th of his son is equal. Okay, half part of daughter, that means 1 by 2 of daughter is equal to 1 by 4th of wife is equal to 1 by 5th of son. This is the relation which we have. So, the income will be in this ratio. Half portion of daughter will be equal to 1/4 of wife is equal to 1/5 of son. Now, I will equate it with a constant k for understanding. Generally, later I will tell you directly how to write these things. But generally, we can take that is equal to some k now. Now, what happens to daughter? Daughter relation will become 2k. Why? Because 1 by 2 is equal to k. D by 2 is equal to k means D value will become what? 2k. And wife share will become what? 4k. And similarly, son's share will become what? 5k. Okay. Now, daughter is to wife is to son will become what? 2k is to 4k is to 5k. Anyway, k will get cancelled and they will be divided in the ratio 2 is to 4 is to 5. 2 is to 4 is to 5. So whenever you see these type of things, directly you can write their inverse values here. See, in this case it is 1 by 2, 1 by 4 and 1 by 5. In some other case it can be 3 by 2, 4 by 2, something like this. In that cases what we will do is we will simply inverse them. So 2 is to 4 is to 5. Directly you can write. So they should divide in what ratio? 2 is to 4 is to 5. Now, how much is the daughter's share? Daughter's share is how many parts? 2 parts. 2 parts out of total how many parts? 11 parts. So 2 by 11 into, what is the amount they should distribute among themselves? 3,30,000. 3,30,000 is the amount they should distribute between themselves. So 1 times 3,30,000. So 2 into 30,000 it becomes what? 60,000. That means the daughter will get a share of 60,000. The daughter will get a share of 60,000 here. Okay, understood? Next one. Two numbers are in the ratio of 7 is to 13. When 24 is added, in each number, then the ratio becomes 11 is to 17. Okay, now see here, find the difference between both the initial numbers. Now please see here, we will see in the traditional method and the shortcut method. Both the values we will try to observe here. Now the two numbers are in the ratio of what? 7 is to 13. That means the two numbers becomes what for me here? 7a and 13a. Okay, 7a and 13a. Now 24 is added to both the numbers. That means what happens to this? 7a plus 24 and 13a plus 24. By adding this, the ratio became what? 11 is to 17. That means what I can write? 7a plus 24 by 13a plus 24. That becomes what for me here? 11 by 17. Now cross multiply. 17 sevens are what it becomes? 119a plus 24 into 17. Put like that only. It is waste of time in calculating. So I will write the same thing. So 13 into 11 what it becomes? 143a plus 24 into 11. So now I will send this 119a to that side and 24 into 11 to this side. So it becomes 24 into 17 minus 24 into 11. That is equal to 143 minus 119. It becomes 24a. It becomes what? 24a for me here. Now 24 into 17 minus 24 into 17, what it becomes? 24 into 6. We all know. If I take 24 common, I will have 17 minus 11. It becomes what? 6. That is equal to 24a. Now a 24 and 24 get cancelled and a value you will get here is 6. A value is 6. So the initial numbers means what? 7 into 6 is 42 is one number, and 13 into 6 it becomes what? 78. So the two numbers are what? 42 and 78, the initial numbers. The difference between these two numbers is how much? Or else directly the difference between these two numbers is 6a. 6a means it will becomes 36. This is the traditional method to get the answer for this question. But it will take some time obviously. So instead of that, now we will see the general method. The ratio between two numbers is what? 7 is to 13. When a constant, when 24 is added to both the ratios, what it is becoming? The ratio is becoming 11 is to 17. Please observe here students, when a constant is added, definitely the change will be same. Okay, remember this one. So when a constant thing is added to both the ratios, the change from here to here, how many parts is the difference? 4 parts. If you observe here also, the same 4 parts difference is there. Why? Because we are adding a constant. From 7 it became 11, right? And from 13 also it became 17. So that means 4 parts change here, 4 parts change. So I can say directly that 4 parts is equal to 24. 4 parts is equal to 24. So 1 part will become what for me here? 1 part is 6. Now the difference between these two numbers is how much? 6 parts. 6 parts will become what for me here? 36. 6 part becomes what for me here? 36. So my answer is 36. So students, remember one thing. To any ratios, if you add a constant number, always they will change respectively. They will increase in the same manner. 4 parts here and 4 parts here. So directly I can take that this 4 parts is equal to 24. And in the question, no need to find the 1 part also even. There is no need to find 1 part. Directly, what is the difference means? Difference between 7 and 13 is how many parts? 6 parts. If 4 parts is 24, 6 parts becomes 36. Why? Because 4 6 are 24, similarly 6 6 are 36. Like this you can get the answer directly. No need to do this all this calculations and everything. Directly try to understand this concept. Next one. Please see here. The ratio of monthly incomes of Ram and Shyam is 9:8 and their monthly expenditures are in the ratio of 7:6. If each of them saves 8,000 per month, the sum of their monthly incomes is. Now, please observe this question. Same as usual, we will do it in the traditional method as well as the shortcut method. We will see the difference between both of them. The ratio of monthly incomes of Ram and Shyam are what? 9:8. Income are in the ratio 9:8. So, I can take their incomes are 9x and 8x. And when it comes to their monthly expenditure, they are in the ratio of 7:6. See here students, this is income and this is expenditure. Don't try to join these two things and don't write once again 7x and 6x. It is wrong. It is wrong. You cannot do it. This is some other expression. This will become 7y and 6y. Okay. Don't write once again 7x and 6x. That is completely wrong. Why? Because this is one component and this is another component. You cannot take both the same things. Now, they are telling that each saves 800, right? That means income minus expenditure is savings. How you will find the savings? Income minus expenditure. So, 9x minus 7y is equal to what? 8,000. And similarly, 8x minus 6y is equal to what? 8,000. Why? Because both are saving the same amount, that is 8,000. Now, you have two equations and they are asking us the monthly income side. For x we want. So, try to cancel y. How you can cancel the y? By multiplying this equation with 6 and multiplying this equation with 7. So that I can cancel these two things. Now, we will see. If I multiply this one, what I will get? 54x minus 42y, that is equal to 4800. And similarly, what happens to this? 56x minus 42y, that is equal to 5600. 5600. So, now I will subtract the top one from the bottom one. These two will get cancelled and I will have what? 2x is equal to what I will have here? 800. So, x value becomes what from here? 400. X is 400. Then what happens to their incomes? Their incomes becomes 3600 and 3200. So, it becomes 6800. 6800. Okay. This is the traditional method of solving the problem. Okay. This takes a lot of work for us. Now, but for this what I need to do? How I need to solve this one? Means see here, incomes are in what ratio? 9:8. And when it comes to their expenditures, they are in the ratio of what? What are their ratio? 7:6. And both are saving the same amount, that is 8,000 here and 8,000 here. Both are saving the same amount, that is 8,000 each. Both are saving the same amount, 8,000 each here. Okay, I think some zeros are in excess here, students, or else, sorry, here you will get 48,000, 48,000, so zeros. So here you will get 36,000 and 32,000, so overall 68,000, that is fine. Now, in this type of cases, please observe here, please observe this one, 9, 7, 8 and 2, that is the same portion, 2 parts and 2 parts, that is 8,000, 2 parts and 2 parts, that is 8,000. Luckily here, the difference between these two is how many? 2 parts. And the difference between here is also 2 parts. Here is 2 parts and here is 2 parts. So that means we can directly take that these 2 parts is equal to 8,000. So one part becomes what for me here? One part becomes 4,000. One part is what? 4,000. Generally, it may be or may not be equal. I am telling you this one. It may be or may not be equal, but in general, we can make them equal. We will see that later. In this case, what? 9 minus 7, it is same. 8 minus 6, that is 2 parts. So both are 2 parts here and 2 parts here. So 2 parts is equal to what? 8,000. 2 parts is equal to what? 8,000. So easily I can say that one part is equal to 4,000. So if one part is 4,000, their complete income becomes what for me here? 9 plus 8 total. is 17 parts. So 17 parts becomes what for me here? 68,000. 17 parts becomes what for us here? 68,000. So our answer is here is 68,000. Our answer here is 68,000. So please try to understand the difference between these two methods, students. If you go with the traditional method, you will get the answer, but it will take some time. But definitely you should know both the traditional and shortcut methods. If you are really good in solving from the basics or the traditional methods, then easily you can understand the shortcuts. Else, only learning the shortcuts, sometimes it may misfire. So that is the reason definitely you should know both the traditional and as well as the shortcut methods. Okay, next one we will see. 6 years ago, the ratio between the age of B's mother and B's age was 7:3. 8 years hence, the ratio of their ages will be what? 7:4, the present age of B is. See here students, we can apply the same concept here also. We can take the help of our ratio and proportions concept or else the general strategy. Okay, now see here, 6 years ago, what is happening? The ratio between them is what? 7:3. 6 years ago, the ratio between them is 7. Now next, 8 years hence. 8 years hence means from here to here, what is the difference, tell me? From present, if you are going from 6 years back, and 8 years hence means forward. So the difference is here how much? 14 years. The difference is here how much? 14 years. Then the ratio became what? 7:4. Then the ratio became what? 7:4. That means actually from here to here, for both the people we are adding how many years? 14 years here and 14 years here. If you once go back to our previous problems, the last but one problem, please see here. If we add anything constant, definitely the difference in the ratios will be equal, I told you, right? But please observe here. Here both the ratios should be increased by what value? 14 and 14. 14 and 14. But please observe here. Here the difference is 0 and here the difference is 1. Here the difference is 0 and here the difference is 1. No, so now first of all we should equal the difference. Sir, how we can equal the difference? How we can equal the difference means, please observe here. The difference between these two is how much? 4. You should multiply that 4 to this one. And the difference between these two is how much? 3. You should multiply that 3 to this one. Understood? First of all, in both the cases, both were increased by what? 14 years and 14 years. But the difference is not same. So first of all, I will equate the difference. I will equal the difference. For that, what I have done? I have multiplied the difference between these two here and the difference between these two here. So now what happens to that? If I multiply, so new ratio will become what? 21:9. Okay, good, super. Next, this one will become what? 28:16. 28:16. Now observe here carefully, students. Now observe here carefully. What is happening? What is the difference between these two ratios? 7. What is the difference between these two ratios? 7. Now the differences became equal, right? And how this difference was came? Because of the addition of 14 here and 14 here. Why? Because both the person's age will increase simultaneously, right? So both the ages will be increased by 14 and 14. So that means what I can say here is 7 parts is equal to what? 14 years. 7 parts is equal to what? 14 years. Good, superb. But what is the question? What is the present age of B? That means I need to find the present age of this person. Present age of this person. You can do it in two different ways. First one is, what is this first ratio? This is 6 years back. What is this second one? 8 years after. So if I go from 6 years back and I can calculate, or go from, see here 7 parts is 14 means 1 part become what? 2 years. So that means 6 years back, B's age is how many parts? 9 parts. So 9 parts will become what for me here? 9 parts will become 18 years. But this 9 parts is when it is 6 years back. So present age means what? 18 plus 6, 24 years. 24 years. So B's age will become how much for me here? 24 years. Or else you can go with this value also. If 1 part is 2 years, 16 parts will become how much? 32 years. But when it is 32 years, 8 years after 8 years. So you should subtract 8 from 32, what you will get? The same 24. You can take either the help of this one or this one, but this is the concept. Please try to understand. Why? Because both the values should increase by what? 14 years and 14 years. If a value is increasing constantly, means definitely their difference should also be equal. But in this case, this difference is not equal. So first of all, I equaled the difference and then I solved the remaining things. Understood? We will see some other concepts in our next video. That's it for this one. We will solve some other questions in our next session. Right? Thank you very much.